It's Derby Day. I'm announcing for Little City Rollergirls for the first time in probably a couple of years. Looking forward to it. I thought I'd just shoot a little bit of video showing what's going on, and maybe we'll even talk to a few people. Boy, it's hot today. Hope the air conditioner's on.
Hey, how's it going? It's good to be home.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Hey, I'm here with White Russian.
Hi.
Russian, you're one of the vets now. I remember when you were a newbie. I remember when you were starting out.
I have actually, towards the end of August was the end of my 8th year.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I'm starting on number 9.
Wow.
Working on a decade.
That's great.
Yes.
I mean, Little City's been around since, what, 2008?
Yep.
So this is 10 years.
This will be 10 years last year is 11. We were around 3 years before me,
That's
and
right.
then plus my 8, that's 11.
That's right.
Yeah,
The first,
we're working on 12
The
now.
first bout was in 2008. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my God, I've been in Derby way too long. That's what that tells me.
Well, that's
But
great.
today's
You've
bout
been around
day.
longer than me.
Yeah, yes, I've been around way too long. Today's bout day. What else we got going on today? What kind of bout are we doing? We're not doing the normal kind of team versus team. What's today?
Today's going to be a little more relaxed. We're not really competing against another team. It is a mashup of way skaters, guest skaters, just coming in. We're going to scrimmage for a while and have some fun and put on a show.
We get to see people from all over, just teams from all over the region, right?
Absolutely. They're coming in from even Knoxville, North Carolina, maybe a few from South Carolina, Virginia. Yeah, just
That's
surrounding
awesome.
states.
I look forward to it. I just want to say hey to Russia real quick. I've known her forever. I thought I'd put her on video. So
Love Big Daddy.
let's cut to
Very
the next.
important.
The next scene is going to be nothing but action. A whole bunch of roller girls slamming into each other.
That's right.
Okay, one team sits here. This is called the penalty box. That's where you can have 3 players from each team in the box at a time. 2 of these seats are for blockers, who are defensive, offensive, and 1 is for jammer, who's a scorer. Hopefully I can explain that to you a little bit later. Doesn't matter. These are the other benches. I got the table full of MVP awards, which are pretty cool. They put the best seat in the house right next to me, so these people are going to hear lots of profanity. Lots of profanity. Oh my God. This is for the FBI. No pictures.
To catch you up, I know Russian talked about this just a little bit. Little City was formed in 2007-ish, 2008. A bunch of locals came together, had a bunch of fundraisers. I was at those fundraisers. I had a great time. I was one of the super fans at the time. And when it came time to do a bout, I was at a I was at a fundraiser and, you know, had a couple drinks and I was getting kind of loud. But I was getting loud because I was announcing what was going on. I was pointing out this person was doing that and this other person was doing that. And then it came time to sell spankings at their spanking booth, and people were afraid of their spanking booth. And said, I got this. If you'll go with me, I will sell your spankings. And so I went to the I went up in front of the spanking booth and I started pushing the spankings. I'm like, hey, you buy your friend a spanking. Don't buy one for yourself. Buy one for your friend. And so people started spanking each other. Well, they were using their hands, and I'm like, that's not healthy. What we need are some kind of paddles or something. And so then one of the roller girls at the time ran out to her car and came back with like a bandolier of different size paddles for spanking. I didn't question it, but what I did do was start selling spankings by size of the paddle. So a little 50-cent paddle up to the, I think it was a $10 pizza server, whatever. And after that, they're like, hey, you want to announce roller derby for us? I'm sure. I don't know anything about roller derby. I don't know. I've never announced sports. I didn't even go to sports a whole lot. But I muddled through the first bout, the first invitational. They thought I was a little bit weak because I didn't know what to say. And the guys that I was with, they kind of talked over me the whole night until I found that I could go, whoa, and the crowd would go crazy. So I just started going, whoa, all the time. And so we did our first real bout, and I had a partner, Joker. He owns Tri Liquor. You want to go there and ask him his side of the story. They stuck us together. We faked our way through. You can still find it on the Little City Rollergirls YouTube page. You can find our very first bout ever and me not knowing what I'm doing. I use my real name when I announced. And it's like a train wreck. I highly recommend, if you're into local derby, you watch it. Anyhow, it kept me going, and I tried to quit several times after that. I just didn't know what I was doing. I finally met through the internet, some of the national roller derby announcers, and kind of got ideas and tips on how they did things. I put those into action. I got a little better and a little better. I started being asked by other teams to announce roller derby. Next thing you know, I'm announcing roller derby all over the Southeast. And then I started trying other things. I was found that I could make a little money at announcing, and that's how I ended up becoming a professional announcer and doing all of these cool things that I do now. Now I'm kind of moving away from derby, except for certain teams that I'll do a whole season. And Little City, though, are always going to be home, and it's always great to be back here. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of the history of Little City Roller Girls and me, because the two of us are kind of intertwined forever. So here I am back on Bout Day. This is September 22nd? Yeah, 2nd. Well, I wish I could have shown you more, but I had a job to do. I was announcing during most of that, so I got a little bit. You got to see a little what's going on, a little of the fun we have at Derby. Everybody's tearing down now. That's the sound of lots of tape being torn up off the floor. But just a little peek at Little City Roller Girls today. It was a pretty good time, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.